Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. EA is making some much needed changes for this brand new Bundesliga team of the season that is coming today. We've got boosted stats and better playstyles on cards. We've got better player SBCs, and maybe most importantly for those of us who want better rewards, better weekend league rewards, including guaranteed rating player picks. We got to talk about how Team of the Season just might be back with these changes. Is EA finally going to lift Team of the Season out of the pit of content that it has been in? I don't know how Prem Tots was so bad. How could they do that? Well, Prem Tots is over today, and we're into Bundesliga. Things are looking much better for the stuff starting today, and we got to talk about what that means for the market as well. Player prices, we expect to see some rises on. What'll happen? It depends on Bundesliga content today, and we're going to talk about it all and what to expect in this video. If you guys are excited for TOTS to get back to where it should be, drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you are new. Now, the end of Premier League TOTS was characterized yesterday by a very slow day of content. Going into SBCs first, we did have actually one of the most kind of fun and interesting SBC segments of the Premier League team of the season. I call it a segment because it has two different segments, but it gives you three players. It feels actually kind of like good fun value as you get Brian and Buemo, but you also get Damsgaard and Wissa. This Damsgaard card out of all three looks the best in my opinion. Finesse pinged and technical with really good stats, and I think he's 5'5". Wissa is 96 pace with 90 dribbling, not the greatest of playstyle pluses. And then of course you get the Buemo with the quick step, press proven, and the power shot, and an interesting looking card here with 5-star skills. Now, it's a great price. It's a fun set of SBCs to do, but maybe it's just too late in the week, to be honest, for me, as we turn towards Bundesliga team of the season. Unless you're a Brentford fan or just want to collect those cards and have some fun with it, maybe that doesn't have much interest to you, kind of like it doesn't for me now, since we're heading into Bundesliga. Now, we also yesterday had the refresh of all the SBCs. Now, some of them for the very last time here in the upgrade pack section, the TOTS trade-in. This was just refreshed for the last time. It's going to be going away today, so no more of that pack. No more of the 86 plus player pick and the 84 times 5 Premier League pack. Of course, we'll probably get some new upgrades today to hopefully replace those, at least maybe something new for the 86 plus player pick. The 8314 is going to stick around for today, and the 8310 is going to as well. But we had a brand new SBC with a daily login upgrade. Of course, we expect that every single week on Thursdays, and the objective that is tied in with it is the exact same objective that we see each week. The daily login giving you an 87 times 2 for the final completion and the 85 times 2 for the 5th day as well. So decent packs in there. You do it every single day when you log in. You get yourself some decent packs. Now, the last part of content yesterday to wrap up Premier League season was the first evolution that's specifically for Premier League, Women's Super League, or EFL Championship cards. It's called the Nononsense Evolution. It is free. It's a center back Evo that gives 3 playstyle pluses. They're not the best playstyle pluses, but you do get Bruiser inside of this. You do get a couple of other base playstyles, and you get some nice boosts to defending, physical, and pace. Pace up to 88, defending up to 93, and physical up to 91. It's not bad. You get Defender plus as well. You get the Aerial regular playstyle. But again, this being locked to only Premier League players actually kind of disappointed me, because when I saw the Evo leak for this that we had actually talked about in previous videos, and then when I saw this evolution actually dropped on the game, I was like, oh man, I was looking to upgrade my Varane end of an era card, but now I can't because this is only specific to the Premier League. So maybe that's kind of a small complaint from my end. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Here's my one take about this Premier League, Women's Super League, and EFL Championship specific evolution. This should be dropped earlier in the week. Like on a Thursday when that league is ending, the league hype is transitioning into a new one today with Bundesliga. And sure, Prem Tots are still going to be very hype, and there's people, myself included, that are going to still use Prem Tots in their team for a little while longer, but I think this would be better earlier in the week for a league-specific evolution, because that's when you're trying out new players, more interested in the upgrade pack grind, and maybe playing a weekend league and rivals games at that point of the week, and it's maybe more, you know, we're going to be more involved with those specific league players then. But there are some pretty good cards that fit into this no-nonsense Evo. Yapstam is one of them. You could put him into that backline boss if you got it given back a couple weeks ago when it randomly was. He looks really good in there. Saliba's Thunderstruck card, Van de Ven Track Stars, even the Lacroix. Probably not a lot of people have that Lacroix from the Mode Mastery earlier in the year, but he looks pretty cracked, as does Vincent Company. So again, it's only Premier League, Women's Super League, or EFL cards, but it does create some pretty good center backs there. Just a little, again, unfortunate that it doesn't include all the different leagues. But that was all of content yesterday. It was a pretty quiet Thursday. I guess Marquee Matchups was released too. Worth a shout. Some tradable packs in there if you want to get it done. It was kind of a day yesterday to rip the last upgrade packs, give yourself one last chance at the Premier League Team of the Season pack pulls. And actually, what I did yesterday was a bit of a menu craft. I've got 65 of the 77x5 crafting upgrades, and I even saved a couple of the 83 10s from the end of the cup to actually just have a few packs to open today for Bundesliga Team of the Season, because I hope today that the pack weight is decent, right? Pack weight for Premier League has been okay. I packed so many Bruno Fernandes. I packed so many fodder cards. Didn't pack anybody massive from the actual Prem TOTS team. We were able to get the Shaw card from Women's Super League, but it felt like it was maybe a step down from the League One pack weight, but still decent. I hope it's the same for Bundesliga today. I think that's one of the keys. But let's talk about Bundesliga, guys, because not only do we have this little loading screen news tab in here, but we have the whole entire team of Bundesliga Team of the Season leaked. We've got the SBCs leaked. There's a lot of them. We've got evolution leaks that are causing a little bit of confusion. And of course, those rewards that have been upgraded to talk about. Firstly, this is the whole entire squad of cards coming into packs today. Once again, it feels overwhelming in a good way each and every Friday on this game, where we have like 50 TOTS cards coming into packs. Now, to zoom in and to just look at a quick overview of all these players that are coming in from the top, the highest rated players, we've got some absolute gems. This 4-play style plus Jonathan Tah kind of reminds me of Pacho. Really insane card. 97 rated center back with 97 defending. He's been very overpowered this year. If you remember his numero foot card from earlier on, that card's going to be expensive. Osimhen's going to be expensive. We know about his card. Looks insane. Harry Kane, most expensive card in packs today, in my opinion. 5-star with those stats. Last year, he was 5-6 million coins. I wouldn't be surprised if he's that much in game today. Florian Wirtz, that looks like a really good card too. He does not have 4-play style pluses. There's another center attack in mid that's German that got that upgrade, but he looks very good with the play styles that he has. Now to some of the Super League cards, Tadic. That looks like a really fun card to try. Hopefully going to be more affordable, but he's 96 rated, so I worry about his pack weight. He might be expensive. Davinson Sanchez, some good stats, former Spurs card there. Olise, this is one of the most hyped cards as we get into some more of these Bundesliga players. That card looks really good. Insanely good. We all know how good Olise is in game, how hyped he is. He's going to be a very expensive card today that a lot of people are going to want to try out over the course of the weekend for Foot Champs and want to pack. Musiala, same way. 4-play style pluses for him. The only thing on Musiala that doesn't make sense for me is only 92 passing. I mean, as a center attacking mid, sure, his dribbling is going to be fantastic. I think it would have been better if he had maybe like 95 passing. Maybe that's too much to ask for. Still a great card with 4-play style pluses. Now, there's also some really good Frauen Bundesliga cards from the Women's Bundesliga. This Hardair 5-star striker item, Tiki-Taka technical low-driven finesse with 97 dribble. That's a really, really good-looking card, as is Huth. Couple of pretty good cards there for the Women's Bundesliga. Bernstein down here looks solid. Buhl looks decent as well as a left mid. I would love to see the other positions that both of those women would be able to play in game. Maybe a striker, maybe a center attacking mid would be nice for those. And this Fred card, watch out, Fred is back. That's a really sick looking Fred card for the Super League. 95 physical and passing, 94 dribble with anticipate, incisive, and relentless. Hopefully some other good base play styles. Grimaldo's getting a team of the season card. Of course, he had the team of the year. Kimmich is getting another version. That card looks really good. CDM position. Hopefully he has right back as well in the card. I use his Dream Chasers at right back. Very good. Not that slow, even though the 92 pace would be like, oh, that's a little slow at this stage of the game for a right back. He's a beast. As a midfielder, that looks insane for him. Pop looks decent for a Frauen Bundesliga card with the finesse and press proven and 96 shooting. Patrick Schick, low driven, finesse, rapid. Like that's actually a sneaky good card too, and hopefully more affordable. Couple more big names in the Bundesliga. Upamecano. That's going to be a beast of a card. You guys know the SBC was good. Please, EA, give him Anticipate on this card. He needs it. Aerial Bruiser and Block is good, though. Alphonso Davies, all the pace, good dribbling, more of a left wing back for sure, but he has got into Team of the Season. Shout out to the fan vote for getting him in. Frygang, our last 4 Playstyle Plus card, I believe, to cover. She looks really good as well as a center attacking mid card. Now, to some of the more fodder cards, still some good stats in here. You got Zentner in net. Visca, that is a really good looking card in terms of the stats. Playstyle pluses, maybe the Trivella plus we don't love, but 96 pass and dribble and 97 pace. That's pretty wild. Simon left back for the Frauen Bundesliga. To the Bundesliga we go with a Schlotterback card here. You know, he looks good. 95 defense, 94 physical, and at least having Anticipate and Pinged. Good card. I don't know how expensive he's going to be, because that's actually, if you compare him, not that far off of Gabriel, but he doesn't have 90 pace, and I think that might take a bit of the hype off of him. Now, for the rest of the players that we look at in this team, there are some good ones. We'll just scroll through here quickly, because I don't want to take a look at these players and talk about them for ages, because we could, but this Hincapie card, he might be the second best center back in the Bundesliga team today. That's one card I will mention. Aerial, Anticipate, long ball, 94 defending. He's always pretty good in a game. And this Garassi card, I would love it if he has that dynamic image. 97 shooting, 90 physical, and 95 pace. Probably going to be some sort of version of lengthy, maybe at least. His dribbling is pretty high. Low driven, press proven, and first touch. He might be a beast. And then through the rest of the fodder cards that we have down here, a couple of good ones. Bino Gittin looks decent. Orban looks like he's going to be a bit cheaper. Anderson Talisca for a 94 rated card looks really, really good. Bardaki, even for a Super League center back, looks decent. Eki Tika is getting a card. Whoa. I did not see that before. Finesse, rapid, 99 pace. Man, if that card's semi-affordable, that's going to be a fun one to try out in game too. The more that I look at this team and the players that I see in here, I see a lot of attackers, first of all. There's another Bundesliga striker in Kleindenst. I just see a lot of fun cards, man. And I hope the pack weight's good today, where we have a chance to actually go ahead and try some of them out and not have to feel like we have to shell out a ton of coins. That's my biggest worry with these TOTS cards today for Bundesliga, is that their pack weight is not going to be good, because the upgrades for the stats are good. The playstyle pluses this week, we've been talking about this, right? But it's better. Like, everything looks better for these cards with the stats and the playstyle pluses. Now, we don't know the play styles or all the weak foot or skill moves, but everything is looking up. The pack weight, I think, matters the most because of the prices, right? These Prem TOTS cards are, you know, they're more expensive than League One. And we've seen the League One TOTS cards, of course, rise a lot in the past week because they were even cheaper. Now, Premier League's a little bit more expensive, but I'm just worried today about the pack week for Bundesliga, because last year the Bundesliga pack weight was not good, and what that ended up doing was it made the prices of the Premier League cards actually go up a lot, because people wanted to try out the new Bundesliga cards last year too, because they looked really good. Now, I think these two cards this year look a bit better, but if those cards, like if that Harry Kane is 6 million coins and the Florian Wirtz is 2 million coins, and you know, some of the other cards that you would think would be a bit cheaper are expensive and the pack weight's very low, then I think some of these Prem TOTS cards could rebound back. I think that's one part of the market that I'm hoping to see today making some moves, is the Premier League TOTS cards, and maybe even some of the EFL cards go up in price when Weekend League starts, because there's two reasons the market could have a really good Friday night bubble. We talk about this often, right? On Friday nights, we see a lot of prices go up an hour, 2, 3 hours after content, because people are getting into playing Foot Champs, because Foot Champs opens after content. People open their packs to the new promo, and they've opened their rewards through the week, and they have coins to go and spend on teams, and they want to try out the new TOTS players, and especially some of the Premier League TOTS players that maybe they resonate more with than the Bundesliga that's coming out. But the second reason why the market should do pretty good tonight is the new rewards. Guys, EA listened, and they actually gave us rewards that are guaranteed to be better, because it's a 93 plus minimum on these red player picks. That was the most frustrating thing about Prem TOTS rewards, was the player picks included the men and the women, so there were more cards in the pool and there was more lower rateds in the pool. So if you take a look at this squad of players that we just looked at here, and you think, like, whoa, we just zoomed in really heavy there. You think and you look at who's 93 rated and above. Take a look at the cards that are not going to be in these picks. Svanberg here on the right, and all of these other cards in the bottom row are not going to be in your red picks. Amiri, Dorson, Bino Gittins, Masuaku, Orban, those are going to be the worst cards in picks. That's really good potential. I mean, you take out even some of these other cards, like Masuaku's not going to be, Talisca's not going to be in red picks because it's only Bundesliga and the women's Bundesliga in these picks for at least rank 5 and above. I mean, you have yourself a really decent chance at packing somebody like Schlotterbeck as a 94, or maybe somebody like Itike is going to be probably decently common. Hincapi, maybe a Kimmich, Grimaldo, Patrick Schick, Upamecano, Davies. The chance that we're going to have from these rewards is a lot better to pack those better cards, the more higher quality, higher rated ones, the ones that we would want to be rewarded with for playing the most competitive mode in this game. That's going to mean more demand for the market tonight as well, and people are going to want to have the best teams possible. So I'm still a little worried about the market in some aspects, but I'm still holding on to some of my investments that I made yesterday during Rivals Rewards when it comes to the Premier League TOTS cards. That's one of the things I'm interested in most today about Bundesliga. You're like, Nate, I don't care about the market. Well, the prices of these cards are going to impact how the Prem TOTS cards move and how a lot of the rest of the market moves, because if these are expensive, people are going to say maybe it's not worth it, and they're going to go out and buy some of the Prem TOTS cards. And I think there will be a great opportunity to sell some cards during that weekend league bubble that we have tonight. Now, other things that make the market, or kind of would impact the market today, would be SBCs. And we have a lot of SBCs leaked. And the last Friday's set of SBCs with the Jamie Vardy and what we had released was not very high. But that's one of the things that looks better about Bundesliga, and one of the things I'm excited for today, because I barely did any player SBCs last week. I did 3 or 4 icon player picks this last week. I'm sure some of you guys did as well, because what else was there that felt worth it to put your fodder into? I have so much fodder stacked up. My duplicate storage is full. It's crazy. I want somebody good, and I want somebody decently affordable that I could just insta-complete today with all my saved up fodder and throw into the team. We have a ton of players that is leaked. We do not know what SBC is going to be today, but like we looked at, we have the Javi Simons card. This, to me, is one of the highest percentage chances of a card that could be an SBC today. One of the biggest names. The promo Friday releases usually bring the biggest names for the player SBC. That looks like a great card. If he has the right number of regular playstyles, he could also be put into some of the season pass playstyle pluses. Like you could put Tiki Taka on this, which would be very useful. Maybe you want to put pinged pass on a card like this Javi Simons, or even technical plus. That looks like a really good card. For the right price, that could be a great SBC. There's a lot of other names that have been leaked though. In my opinion, this might be the best SBC of Bundesliga TOTS right here. I know that we just had Thuram. I did the Thuram SBC. He's in my club right now. But if you guys have used Frimpong before, you know he is one of the best right backs in this game. He's always meta. It's not just his pace, it's his dribbling, and he's sneaky good defensively. You know, he's got less physical and less defending, but he's going to be compensating for that with the Anticipate Plus, and you could potentially, if things align, maybe put Bruiser Plus on this card from the season pass. That's an option, right? If you want to do this SBC and really give him the ultimate physical boost. If he's got Bruiser base, that's probably going to be fine too. Hopefully he's 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, but like, that's going to be an amazing card. Quick step, technical, whether you want to use him as a right back or as like a right mid or a right wing, because he probably will have those positions as well. That's looking like an ice cold team of the season SBC card right there. So if I had to guess today, it's one of these two as our main player SBC, Javi Simons or Frimpong. But going down the rest of the leagues, we have an on this day hero Ricken card that's going to be an SBC/objective. Those stats look decent. If he's cheap, we could be there for it, right? 95 pace, 92 shooting and passing and dribbling, finesse, pinged, incisive. Not bad. I mean, they're making a card who's usually not usable in this game usable. I could be there to try that out if it's pretty cheap. This card, I think, could be released today as well. Usually on a promo Friday, we have 2 player SBCs. This Stanway, an FC24 legend, is returning, and in a big way. All 90 stats across the board, 94 defense and dribbling. That looks like a center defensive mid I would want in my squad to pair with somebody like a Hullet or a Yaya or a Vieira type player who's your more physical build. This is going to be a great tackling build, great intercepting build, and also good at passing with those stats. I love that. If that's a good priced SBC, I could be there for a nice Stanway card to relive the fantasy Stanway FC24 vibes. But looking through the rest of the leaked SBCs, I said there was a lot. We keep going. Kim Min-jae is getting a TOTS card. there's a lot of decent center backs. Like we have that Hincapie, we have the Schlotterbeck, the Ta is crazy, of course, that we looked at in the team. And this Kim Min-jae looks really good as well. Great playstyle pluses. 94 rated. Maybe Bruiser Plus would fit on this card as well. And then you would have the trifecta of the best 3 defending playstyle pluses on one card if you could add Bruiser to this. Jockey Plus 2, that could be hopefully a cheaper SBC, but a really good one as well during this Bundesliga TOTS. Now, the last couple that we have leaked, Openda. There's still some rumors whether or not these Leipzig guys are going to be bundled together in like a Foot Champs objective, because that is one thing that we do see every single Friday, right? Last week, of course, who is it? We had Morgan Rogers in the Foot Champs objective. We've got the Openda and the Javi Simons, and also a Benjamin Sesko that are all Leipzig players. Maybe there's going to be more than one player in that objective or somehow involved in the game this week. It's kind of odd that we have all those Leipzig players leaked as SBC / objective at once, so we're unsure if these are going to be SBCs, but he even looks like a fun cheap card. He's always pretty OP in game. A lot of low-driven plus. We look at a lot of these leaks. Low-driven plus is really being focused on, and that's fine, I think, personally, for me. I just packed a card this week in Bunny Shaw who's got the low driven plus, and it's something that I've been using a lot more, and man, it is very, very good. There's still a lot of finesse plus though, and a lot of the other good playstyle pluses added to these cards as attackers. I don't think low drivens may be overused, but it is kind of common, at least for these 2 cards and a couple of the other ones like Javi Simons as well, as we see there. So those are the last couple SBCs that we have leaked. Just kidding. We have one more, and this one's actually worth mentioning just right now. We're going to take a look at all these leaked SBCs later on as they come out. We'll kind of count it down and kind of, you know, check off the list who's been released and who we're still waiting on. But this, of course, is for the big FA Cup final that is upcoming. Remember, the showdown upgrades have changed, guys. These are no longer just getting a +2. What is on the line here is a +2 overall for the winner, and also a 3rd playstyle plus, just like the Ansu Fati got for the El Clasico showdown for that game. So Wharton here, that looks like a good card. I mean, are Crystal Palace going to win? Probably not expected to, but if they do, that card would look bananas, and he would get a 3rd playstyle plus. Rico Lewis also looks pretty decent. I would imagine the Rico Lewis card is going to be a little bit more coins. That's usually how things work out with the SBCs. But all of those leaks to say, hopefully 2 of those SBC players dropped today, and at least one of them should be pretty good. I mean, you looked at all the leaks that I just looked at, right? Like, at least one of those that would drop today would be a pretty good one, since it's a promo Friday, and that's exciting, at least for me, with somebody who's got a lot of fodder in the club. I'm ready to put one of those straight into my team, and that's one of the great things, again, that we keep mentioning about TOTS. Even if you don't have a ton of excitement or you're not a huge fan of the Bundesliga, which I wouldn't say I follow the Bundesliga a ton myself. Big Harry Kane guy. If I pack him, I'm going to be over the moon. But with the TOTS chemistry that is there, a lot of the cards you can just plug and play straight into your team, not have to worry about chemistry. You have one icon or a manager link in your squad, and boom, you're getting that TOTS card on full chem. So SBCs look really good for the playstyle pluses, the stats, and then hopefully the prices that they get released at this week. Now, we have to look at evolutions, because that's, of course, one of the areas that we talked about yesterday that really has been lacking during Prem TOTS. And we've got some mixed signals from the leakers about evolutions related to Bundesliga TOTS. We've got 2 outstanding leaks right now. We've got the striker evolution that was just leaked a couple of hours ago. Now, he said stat boost upgrades. Fernando Torres Fitz is a 90. He says max 91. Now, what's most interesting about this isn't anything that he talks about here. It's in the response to his first tweet right here. Foot Police says, we don't need to overhype this evolution. Most of your players will not fit because of the dribbling requirement, and the upgrades are decent, but not crazy. So he's tweeting about this evolution and responding and saying it's not that great of an Evo. Looks like it's max 87, because he responds here to a guy with Trossard 87 dribbling. He says he fits. This Demirovic card, 87 dribbling, he fits. Most of the other cards here have over 87. They do not fit, which if you take a look at some of the 90 and 91 rated strikers that do have 87 and below dribbling, it's not a good host of players. There's not very many. This Ronaldo is almost extinct on the market. Icarus is very expensive and maybe not a card you'd want to evolve. We just had the Jamie Vardy SBC. Maybe Erling Haaland or Shearer would look pretty cool in this, but it's just not a great list of players that would potentially be fitting that evolution there. So maybe that Evo's not as hyped. However, this is where the mixed signals come into play. ASY Foot Trader, one of the leakers that we looked at a lot, he's posting that there's a lot of bombas here. He's very hyped for an evolution. That's what that little emoji is there. Normal evos, but a good one. When, let's see, he said nothing, just attacker evo that will be nice. So is he talking about this evo? Or is he talking about a different Evo? Foot Agent, who's been very quiet on the leaks and, of course, is getting a lot of flack recently for posting the Gudo Raiten SBC, which never ended up dropping, which is a big disappointment. We were really hoping for that. He got this one wrong. He's trying to cover himself a little bit with some of his tweets earlier. But this one, he says, attacking big boost, very good playstyle pluses, just expected, no more details. He's like, I'm not leaking to you guys because I just messed up and everybody's giving me crap. However, it's just mixed signals right now, right? He's saying good Evo. ASY is saying good Evo. Foot Police is saying mid Evo. Is it actually a different evolution that they're talking? Is it this Evo that they're talking about? Because there's also a right mid Evo, which I guess you could call as an attacker evolution. I'm not sure. Maybe there's another one that is still yet to come out. That's where the curiosities for me with evolutions really stand right now. First touch, quick step, and relentless for this evolution here that he shows an 86 rated Lamine Yamal in. Only goes to 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. But a lot of the players that have been posted below here do not fit. Bale does not fit. That Neymar does fit. He does say here, terrible playstyle upgrades. Please leak an Evo that's worth doing, next to eyes emoji. So he knows there's something good. There must be something else up the sleeve of the leaks that they know that they're not talking about yet. And maybe we are going to get a banger Evo today. So that's kind of the confusion with evolutions at the moment. But that's kind of everything we're looking forward to today on a Promo Friday. One thing I will mention once again is a lot of people, this is related to the season pass and objectives, a lot of people are getting to level 20, which means they're getting to level 30, and there's even people now that are getting to level 40. It's crazy, and this probably deserves a longer conversation itself, maybe an even separate video, but this premium pass being the first one, like, it is a really insane value-wise season pass, but I think EA has honestly messed it up, because if people are getting level 40, there's still 4 weeks of the season that are left. If you get to level 40 right now, you put in all that grind and time, sure, you get the Ribery, you get the Ferran Torres back here at the end, but then you have no other packs, no other objective packs, evolutions, anything else coming your way in this part of the game for the next 4 weeks. That's going to seem a little bit, I don't know, I would miss out on that. I would be a little bit bummed. I think that level 20 to level 30 bounce was maybe just too big, or maybe they needed to release less SP so that people couldn't grind it as fast. I don't know. This is the first paid season pass, so really unsure about how that is going to play out. You never know, right? When it's the first time for something, and usually there are some mistakes and some things that need to be updated the first time that anything is released. You take a look at the front of Footman right now, you can see what people are deciding between. Do you take Chiesa? Do you take Dan Burn? Are you taking Ferran Torres of the pack? Ribery's up near the top of Footman right now too. Pepe at level 30. People are leveling up in the season pass, and there's still a long time to go in this one. So maybe EA is going to drop some other objective later on that will like give us additional levels, or remember like there's been level 41 or additional season boosts upgrades before if you complete the season and then you get another additional level of XP somehow. Whatever that may be, maybe there's something else in objectives to be coming, but right now that's kind of crazy that people are already getting that far, and what that means for the rest of the whole season. Now, one thing I want to mention related to how this content's going to go down today is when you look at some of the packs that are coming in the store, a lot of the pack code looks better as well. We talked about a 94 plus guaranteed pack. Of course, the Premier League TOTS pack was a 92 plus. One thing you can really watch out for today would be the pack weight. Take a pack, for example, that's going to be probably released today as it is right now of Premier League TOTS, like this tradable 86 plus times 5. I'm pretty sure this 250k pack is going to be released during Bundesliga as well. This has a 42% chance of a team of the season player. I wish it would break it down between Prem TOTS and like the EFL TOTS and the WSL TOTS that are in packs right now, but just kind of remember that the 86.5 pack has got a 42% chance. And then that's one thing to remember when we get into Bundesliga TOTS today is this 85 times 10 pack is going to be a great one, actually, because they drop this every single week. This pack has a 52% chance of a team of the season player. So 52% chance right now. What's that going to be when Bundesliga comes out today? If it's a lot lower, then of course you would make that connection that the Bundesliga TOTS cards are going to be less packable, and that's going to make the market probably rebound back a little bit. So I still got some of my investments, and this is the thing that I would tell you guys too. If you bought a card for your team, or if you're invested in somebody from TOTS, sure, today's content, if it does end up slapping, could make some of these cards drop. One of the things we saw last Friday on the League One cards specifically was we saw a really big drop at the content time, and then they rose back up. Today, there's not as many saved packs for Bundesliga Team of the Season. There's not as much hype as there was for Prem TOTS last week. Like right here, this huge crash. I don't think we're going to have a huge crash. I think we'll have a small dip today around content with some of the Premier League TOTS cards, and that could be a good opportunity to maybe buy some more of those or to get involved. But again, it all revolves around, for me, the price of the Bundesliga TOTS cards and how good the SBC and the EVOs are. If the content today feels like it slaps and we're getting a lot of new cards, feeling like ones that would replace our Prem TOTS cards, then Prem TOTS could drop. But I think Prem TOTS are still going to have a lot of hype, and some of these are still so cheap. I could even see a card like Bruno Fernandes going up today, even though he is so packable and he is so common right on the market. Mateus Cunha, these cards that are like less than 4, 5, 600,000 coins. Even some of the other ones like Gravenberch, Saliba, Gabriel, I could see them going up because people are going to see the content today still and want Premier League TOTS cards, and there could be a bounce there. Watch out for the rest of the market. The League One cards are getting very expensive. Vitinha is 260. Like, that's crazy. He was 180,000 coins last Friday. Nuno Mendes is 475. He was under 400. Pacho's 1.6. These cards just keep going up. Will Bundesliga change that today? That's the biggest mystery for me, is what is going to happen to the market. Hopefully EA have some other surprises up their sleeve today. Be watching the leaks that get posted before content today, and we will be watching everything, and we will be getting on stream today, covering everything as it moves on the market, looking at the leaks, looking at how the market's moving. We'll be looking for buys, looking for sells, and then also getting involved with some packs for Bundesliga TOTS today. But all in all, it looks like a step in the right direction, guys. Team of the Season is just a little bit more exciting, at least right now, with the way the leaks look. Remember last Friday, heading into Prem TOTS, we were sitting here saying, oh, all the leaked SBCs look like cheeks. The Playstyle Plus and the cards look like cheeks. It's the opposite today. Sure, it's not Premier League names, it's Bundesliga names, but the cards look good. I'll stop yapping, I'll stop glazing, I guess you could say. But let's have a good TOTS promo Friday once again. If you guys are excited for today, drop a thumbs up on the video, comment down below if you have any questions, and if you have not, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be live here before content today. Make sure you tap in or to the Twitch stream, and I will see you guys there. Happy TOTS Friday. Hope you have a great weekend as well, and good luck chasing those Bundesliga TOTS rewards. I will see you in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great weekend. Peace.